Shalom my friends, this is Max Joseph and I'm here because I just saw Parasite. And the story goes like this. And I'm going to keep this as brief as possible because I really think you should go in as blind as possible. We meet the unemployed Kim family who take a peculiar interest in the very wealthy Park family for their livelihood until they get into an unexpected incident. My friends, I love superhero movies. I love sequels, animated films, live action remakes, all that stuff. As long as there's also original work being made, such as this. I talked about it in my latest Oscar prediction video, but I genuinely think this is the best year of cinema in the last 2 decades. And after seeing Parasite, I can confirm that 2019 is indeed the greatest year of cinema in the last 2 decades, and possibly even in my lifetime. I've never seen anything like this, or had a movie stick with me this long. I've been marinating on it for the last few days now, and I still don't really have the words to describe how perfectly crafted this was. From a filmmaking standpoint, to the meticulous commentary on social class, it just did it all. Here are my bullet points for Parasite. Bullet point number 1. What a cast. If this doesn't get a SAG nomination for Best Ensemble, I will have a meltdown. This is the definition of an ensemble film, and there wasn't a weak link. Led by the brilliant Song Kang-ho, this cast had me salivating at the palm of their hands. With each introduction of a new character, I was immediately head over heels for them and completely engrossed in their performance. And if the world is just and good, we will get an Oscar nomination for Song Kang-ho. Bullet point number 2, Bong Joon-ho. It is his world and we're just living in it. His direction is flowing with emotion and his satirical screenplay is his best to date. He's a true visionary at the very top of his game. At one point he has us thinking this film is one thing, but then all of a sudden it takes a turn that comes out of nowhere and had me audibly gasping for air and picking my jaw up from the ground. But still, he always managed to keep the commentary and the social divide always at the forefront, always moving. Bullet point number 3. There were some shots here that are going to stick with me for the rest of my life. At one point towards the end of the film, we got a really good look at the difference between the rich and the poor. And the images that cinematographer Hong Kyung-pyo produced were the definition of cinematic and would make the great Roger Deakins do a double take. And for only the second time this year, there was a shot towards the end of the film that was so powerful, it made me weep. And if you're wondering what the first was, it was in Avengers Endgame when we saw the lonely Captain America stare right into the eye of Thanos' army. That's something else though. Bullet point number 4. So a majority of this film takes place in 2 places. The Kim family's basement apartment and the Park's unbelievable mansion that was designed by the fictional architect Nam-gung in the film. But what's amazing about Lee Ha-jun's production design of this film is that it was all designed from scratch. And I really don't want to go into detail about why this is so impressive because I think that'll kind of give away a few key plot points. So just when you go see the film, just know that most of this design was made literally specifically for this film and had to be done a very particular way to make sure that Bong Joon-ho's vision came to life. And if you've already seen it, I hope you understand how impressive this is. Bullet point number 5. People are comparing Parasite a lot to last year's foreign film, now titled International Feature Film, Roma. Roma was nominated for 10 Oscars and ended up winning 3 of them. And some had it as the frontrunner to win Best Picture. And I think we're going to have a similar situation here. Funny that they're both Netflix, by the way. So Parasite is hoping to become the first international film to win Best Picture at the Oscars. And if you ask me, I think this has a better chance of winning Best Picture than Roma did. For the most part, Parasite has better ratings with both critics and audiences. And what's also important to note is that it is crushing the box office, which we have learned plays a big part in the award season. But we shall see. Only time will tell. I'm giving Parasite 5 stars. And my friends, 2 final thoughts. 1. Parasite was one of the most remarkable films I've ever seen. 2. This is most likely the best film this decade. In fact, on the popular film website Letterboxd, Parasite is the second highest narrative feature film of all time behind The Godfather. And in my opinion, it deserves to be there. My friends, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, as well as follow me on Twitter and Instagram at mjoseph492. And if you really love me, please consider being a patron on Patreon, where you can get patron-only content, guest interviews, giveaways, and lots more. You can even give me a film to review or a song to cover. Shalom, my friends.